So, what is going on, guys? You're going to be taking a look at Transformers Movie 1 Deluxe Class Longarm. And one thing to get out of the way, he's yellowed. He's yellowed. He is yellowed. And I just noticed it myself. It's not, like, super bad. You can definitely see it. It's actually worse on this arm. I don't know how it got yellowed on the inside. I guess that makes sense. It's hanging up over there. Also a bit on the chest. He was out on a shelf for a bit. Actually, the shelf where my Decepticons are. Actually, no, it wasn't the Decepticon shelf. He was on the bottom shelf before I got rid of it. So, and I moved my Bayverse shelf, but I only put like characters that were in the movies, except for Dead End, because I wanted more Decepticons. As far as this guy goes, he's pretty good. He's one of those weird, solidly good figures that is based off of a random vehicle that was in the movie. For those that don't know, he's based off of the tow truck that Michaela drives towards the end of the movie after Bumblebee gets his legs blown off. I'll put an image in if I can find one. And that's what he's based off of, and they made a whole Transformer out of it. And Longarm here is, he is something. He's genuinely something. One of his hands is literally a gun. You cannot remove it. It is screwed on. So he just has a giant cannon in his hands at all time, which as a kid made me think, this guy's a sniper. And that's what I used him as. And I actually kind of feel that way still. He looks like he would be a sniper type of character. I don't know what it is about these bits up here on his shoulders, but I feel like they're like the mesh that some snipers would have over their head so they can like not be seen as easily. So they kind of blend in a bit. I mean, as far as this guy goes, he does look nice, and I do like the kind of, like, detailing on the chest and everything. It's kind of like the grating detailing. It's also on this, which is what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it's trying to be, is those, but you can't really tell. The yellowing's kind of annoying to look at right now for me, because I just discovered he yellowed. I just did. I didn't actually think he was. And then I looked, I was like, oh, no, he is. And then his shoulders, though, which I don't mind. And honestly, this guy's, like, 15 years old. There's no point of me being mad about it if he's 15 years old. I can be mad about a figure that I got like 4 years ago, but I can't be mad about this guy. And his head sculpt is actually pretty cool. I do like it, and it has really nice orange light piping, which you might not be able to get. There it is. I just pushed him forward. See, that's the benefit of having the window a little bit, because I could push him forward, and Yous can't see the light, but I can. It's just barely out of frame, and it's perfect placement. It's perfect. And I mean, this guy is just awesome to look at. That's just him. So let's just get into the articulation. As far as articulation goes, he has a ball joint in the head and also like a hinge, so you can move that. So he's quite articulate in the head, outward, forward, and not so much back, blocked by these translucent doors. A double elbow joint, but that is blocked, so it can only do the one. Can it only do the one? Yeah, it can only do the one. It's blocked by the shoulder pad, sadly. And he does have a ball joint in each hand. I don't know what's rattling. Something's rattling. Anyway. He does kind of have a waist swivel, but it's really high up. It's in the chest. And you can slightly get a crunch out of it. It is a ball joint. Forward and back. No swivel, sadly. He does have a knee, though, and he does have lots of tilty action at the feet. I think it's Prime's trailer that's rattling. Sorry if you're hearing that. It might just be me hearing that. So, let's get into the transformation for this guy. So, to transform Longarm, it's a pretty easy thing. Most of it is handled by the arms, though. So, you're going to come to the arms, kind of push them forward like that. So, that black bit's like that. And rotate it up like so. And take the gun. And there's a peg there. Oh, it's too high. There's a peg there. And a peg hole on the hand. And you're going to do that. And we're going to leave that for now. And we're going to focus on the legs. Because the legs don't really do much. So move those out of the way real quick. So as far as the legs go, you're going to start folding them inward. So the leg goes in like that, and you're going to fold that in. It makes a really nice cracking noise every time I do it. Like a really awesome cracking noise that I love hearing. And you're going to just keep folding bits around until you get the legs situated in place. Right there. You gotta get, you really need to get the heel bit lined up, like a lot. If that heel bit isn't lined up, most likely will not sit right. As you're seeing, something's not sitting right in the hood section here. I think it is the lag. There we go. It's the lag itself. The lead was not sitting right. And this section here is the fun part, I will admit. That's why we're getting it out of the way first. Folding the doors down does help it, though, as it does keep the sides in place. While you're attempting to do it. So there's that. There you go, come on. There it is. Okay, so we got that all lined up and everything. And we even got the doors in the right place. So, that. Now to deal with the back of it. So fold down those silver bits I mentioned earlier, and then fold up the grates that are on the side of his arm. Right there, like that. And come to the shoulder bits and fold them back, like so. That pretty much finishes out the tow truck. We gotta fold the gun away. So fold the barrel in like that. And then, mine actually broke. You can probably, it broke a bit there. This also somehow snapped into the tow hook, and I will show that when we get there. I'm gonna flip this bit up. That's not really a fun bit to flip up. It's really weird to flip up for some reason. You can also close up the back now. Like so, and come up top and fold down his light bar. And then you can flip out his tow hook. I just ripped it off. Oh, it's broken. I forgot about that. It's broken on both sides? Yeah, it's broken on both sides. But it still clips on. That's nice. And here is Longarm in his very broken looking tow truck mode, because the front still won't sit right. Ah, movie toys. I love them. But God, can they be annoying sometimes. They unpeg. Oh no. It's good enough, I think. I'm not really happy with it. I'll do a little edit. And we're back. And this tow truck's actually pretty good. It's pretty nice. Also, what was wrong with the front was I had the heel bits flipped wrong. I had them pointing inward. They're supposed to be pointing up into the hood. You'll see it on the way back. But the yellowing really comes to effect here. You can really see it because it's kind of just visible. This whole thing's yellow up top, and then the rear end of it. This shoulder bit is fine. There's only a bit of yellowing on this one, but on this side it's completely yellowed. And I mean, looking at the alt mode he does with the tow hook, which did crack in two in the middle. You can see the crack. I glued it. It actually almost cracked fully off. I saved it. And as I mentioned, the tow hook section here itself, the bit that like moves up and down, it broke anyway. So everything's broken on this guy. I played with him a decent amount, so makes sense. It does have a nice little Easter egg though. Orson's towing, reference to Orson Welles, the voice of Unicron, and also the guy in Citizen Kane. I've never watched Citizen Kane. Also never really watched anything with Orson Welles. So there's that funny video of him drinking too much wine during a commercial. That's a pretty good video. Bit of scuffage on his roof. I do like the bit of blue in the front. Looks kind of nice. It's definitely nice to have a different color instead of just the plain white. I mean, the alt mode does look pretty nice. Headlights are painted. No rear light paint and no wheel paint. Huh. This guy's weirdly unpainted for a older figure. Like, he has the same amount of paint a new figure would have, which is interesting. And the tow hook does work. I think there was a version of this guy you could buy that came with, like, a statue-like Bumblebee that he could, like, tow around. So that's kind of nice. So, yeah, that's his alt mode. So let's just get to the thoughts on him. And my thoughts on Longarm here is he's a really solid figure. Much like the Salvage I reviewed, and they actually have, like, a weird connected history thing. You know, Salvage, I think they're both, like, kind of characters in the comics that often work together, so that's kind of their whole gig, I guess. I mean, they're pretty alright figures. I mean, I like Salvage more, I'm not gonna lie. I think Salvage is the better of the two. But Longarm here is no slouch himself. I'm not going to take away points for yellowing. That's not the problem with the figure. This figure's old, so it's not the figure's fault. It's my fault for leaving him in a spot where he could get hit by sunlight, and that's my problem. Because, well, I have a window in my room. Want to move that window. Or not the window, but move the figures that are close to the window. I wish I could move that window. But I sadly cannot. Also, to mention the lags here. Oh, yeah, total came undone. Break. Yeah, I think it did break off, but it still clips on, so there's no issue with it if it still clips on. To mention the foot, here you can see how this is flipped up. It needs to be flipped up, not in. That's the heel. And the figures, you can see you flip it inward with the hood of the car. I mean, as far as this guy goes, just great all around, though. Just a great figure all around. Like I said, I still think Salvage is better. I don't remember what I gave Salvage. I think I gave Salvage like a 4.5, maybe. If I didn't give him a 4.5, he deserves a 4.5. Maybe I even gave him a 5. I might have given him a 5. I don't know. Either way, this guy's getting a 4. He's just getting a 4 to 5. And I just think he's great. And if you've ever seen one, I would recommend him wholeheartedly. I never also point out he does have a gun that can shoot. I don't have the missile. It was orange. So yeah, that's my thoughts on him. And before I go, I gotta thank you guys for 15 subscribers. Thank you guys. I didn't think we'd get 15 that quick. Honestly, we just got 10 like the other day, but a lot of love was being shown to the Cybertron Prime video, and I thank you guys for that. This has been Eilt, Eilt Elite, signing out.